What's up with everyone, Paul from Timeless Productions here, and today we're going to be going over the Easter egg for Forsaken. Now these are all of the steps from beginning to end on how to beat the Forsaken Easter egg and get the final cutscene for the final zombies map for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So, this map is probably one of my favorites, if not the best zombies map of Cold War, and the best zombies map in quite a while, if I'm honest with you. Especially the wonder weapon. I love the wonder weapon, the crystal axe that we're going to be using throughout this Easter egg, and is going to be very helpful within the boss fight of this Easter egg, so make sure you guys go ahead and get that. But here we go. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to get done with this Easter egg, how to push through, and how to make it to the very end and destroy the Forsaken once and for all. So, step one, we're going to go ahead and repair the teleporter. Now, there are 4 different areas where you can find the pieces to repair the teleporter. The first one is going to be inside of the Burger Town, and it could be in these 3 different locations that I'm showing right here. The next location that we're going to be going towards is going to be the movie theater. Inside of this movie theater area, right behind the counter, you can go ahead and find the next piece of the teleporter. The third area is going to be over here inside of the video store. Now, it can either be behind the desk, as you guys can see right there, or it can be sitting on this shelf right over here. And for our 4th and final location for the last piece of the teleporter, we're going to head inside of the video store into the back area of the video store, and it can either be sitting over here on these crates, up here on this shelf, or over here on these boxes. Once you get all 4 of these pieces, you're going to go ahead and head back to where the teleporter is, and we're going to go ahead and repair this teleporter so that we can head inside of the bunker and get Pack-a-Punch opened and ready. So, once we travel into the bunker, we're going to have to get Pack-a-Punch ready. In order to get Pack-a-Punch ready, you're going to go through the bunker, and once you get to the end of where that teleporter is, an abomination will spawn. Once the abomination spawns, you're going to go ahead and dispatch of the abomination, kill him as fast as possible, and the lockdown will stop for the bunker. Once you head inside of the teleporter that has just opened up from where the abomination came from, you're going to head into the observation tower. Once you disable the lockdown, you're going to go over here and hit this red button sitting here on this wall. Once you've activated the red button, a cutscene will begin, and this will be the official first step of the Easter egg. With this cutscene, it will show the appearance of the Forsaken, the guy that actually went inside of Die Machina, all the way back from when this game was released, and he will be the Forsaken. For step 4, we're going to go ahead and build the neutralizer. The neutralizer can be built from 3 different locations, and we're going to go ahead and get these parts. The first one we're going to head to is the processing plant. As you guys can see, if you're playing in a game with 4 players, you're going to have to hit all 4 buttons at the exact same time. If it's just you, you will have to hit just one, etc., depending on the amount of players. Next, we're going to have to get a RCXD that can only be obtained if you have dead wire on your gun and you actually head inside of the arcade. Once inside of the arcade, you're going to head all the way over here to this little machine, and you're going to shock a zombie. Once you've shocked a zombie with dead wire, it's going to allow you to go ahead and use the RCXD. Following the path from the arcade into the video store, or into the not the video store, but the TV store, we're going to go ahead and knock over this grate, head over here to the shelf, and explode the RCXD. Once the RCXD blows up, you're going to head back inside of the TV store and pick up this first piece of the neutralizer from that shelf. For our next part of the neutralizer, we're going to head inside the bunker, inside of the main command room, and you're going to have an abomination once you get here. Once you have an abomination, you're going to actually bring him over here to this little corner on the opposite side of the room, and there's going to be a kind of like trophy thing hanging up on the wall that you're going to have the abomination smash into the wall so that this piece falls. Once the piece falls, you'll be able to pick up the next part of the neutralizer. The hardest part about this is getting the abomination to actually get it to fall. In order for it to happen, you have to get him to lunge at you, and you have to move out of the way as quickly as possible so that he bashes into the wall. As you guys can see, we've spawned an abomination. We have him coming inside of here. We're making sure that we don't kill him, we don't shoot him or hurt him at all. And we're going to try to go ahead and get him to knock this over as fast as possible. Now, like I said, make sure you guys aren't shooting at him. Make sure that you don't kill him too early. You're going to want to knock this over before any of that happens. And you're just going to have one player stand in the corner. You're going to have someone else kind of like lead the abomination and have him end up towards the other player that's standing inside the corner. And you're going to have him run and bash into the wall. It's easier said than done. As you guys can see, I tried many times to get this abomination to rush into the wall. Finally, though, I ended up getting him right over here. I got a whole bunch of zombies lined up, and he's going to go ahead and do his little thing. Boom! He's going to hit into the... Oh, no, he doesn't do it just yet. We're just going to have him hit into the wall. You got to make sure that he rushes. As you guys can see, he gets his leg ready. He'll rush into the wall, and boom, the piece will drop, and you have the next part of the neutralizer. Sadly, one of my friends actually ended up picking it up during this, so I didn't get to pick it up, but it will be right here on this piece. Next, we're going to go ahead and head back to the processing station. Once you get all 4 players to actually hit the buttons on the processing station, it's going to start this kind of lockdown event that's going to have a group of zombies just rush in there. Zombies, disciples, mimics, anything and everything. So at this point, you're gonna want to have at least as many perks as you can buy, pack a bunch of weapons. Try to do this at an early round as well, not too late inside of the game, in order for you to be able to do this a lot easier and a lot better than we ended up doing it in our case. Because once we got everyone to go ahead and press the button, we got completely swarmed by every zombie and every disciple and mimic known to fucking man. As you guys will see right over here, finally we got the countdown ready. Boom, we all hit it, and the lockdown began. Now you cannot leave this area during the lockdown. You actually have to stay inside of it, and you have to kill as many zombies as possible in order to charge the processing station. So you're just gonna go ahead and survive with your team as fast and as long as possible. Try to stay split up a little bit so you guys aren't all the way together and you guys aren't crowded up. So in case someone has to run, it's easier said than done. Next, we're going to go ahead and pick up the final part of the neutralizer once we do the lockdown inside of the area. Now, once we got all the pieces of the neutralizer, we're going to have to feed the abominations. At this point, somebody has to have the crystal axe in order to even begin this step. The first crystals that you're going to have to shoot at is going to be inside of the bunker, as you guys can see right here. The next part is going to be at spawn, and the third and final crystal is going to be on top of the building, what is it? One of the rooftops. You guys would know. Once you've destroyed the crystal, when somebody has the crystal axe, you're going to have to get 3 abominations, 1 abomination for each crystal, and you're going to have to toss this piece of rock into his mouth, have him swallow it, and then you're going to have to kill him once he swallows it. Getting him to swallow this is a little bit harder than it seems, because you have to have him open his mouth at the right time. Once you toss it in, you'll know though, and you're going to have to kill him as fast as possible. Boom, I missed actually on that first throw. The next one, I went ahead, threw it, and he ended up eating it, and the tail will glow orange. That's how you know he has eaten the rock, and it's time to go ahead and kill him. Once you've killed the abominations, you're going to have to pick up these crystal shards. Each of the 3 will drop a crystal shard that you will have to pick up. Again, repeat this process for every single area that you find one of these crystals at. Again, one's in the bunker, one's in spawn, and one is on the rooftops, like I showed you at the first area once you come inside of the big Russian building, I guess you would call it. Once you've killed all 3 of the abominations and gotten all of the crystal shards, you are prepared to go into the final parts of the Easter egg. At this point, you're gonna want to get geared up. For step 6, you're gonna want to have full perks. At least 2 people with the crystal axe, if not the whole team with crystal axe, depending on how many players you're playing with. I was playing with 4. We only ended up getting 2 of us with the crystal axe. It was me and my friend that had it, but 2 is better than none. Then, once you're all geared up, you're ready, you're going to want to have some people with the death machine in order to make the boss fight 10 times easier. You're going to come over to this crafting table that is specifically designed for the neutralizer, and you're going to go ahead and craft the neutralizer. Then, you're going to want to follow the neutralizer as it leads you towards the Forsaken area and where you have to go in order to fight and kill him. Now, the neutralizer and following it is sort of like a survival type thing, like a lockdown almost. You have to follow it, you have to stay inside of the circle. If you guys did any of the Outbreak Easter eggs, you know exactly what I mean. They've had a couple of these within the Outbreak Easter eggs. Not too many on the actual round-based maps, but it's more of an Outbreak thing. And you're just going to go ahead and follow him as it pushes you towards the Forsaken area. Now, as you're going with it, eventually you're going to have to recharge it with more of the crystals that you can find within the map. If you exit out of the circle at all, you will be getting hurt, so you make sure you guys stay in the circle for as much as possible. Once you grab one of these crystal shards, you're going to bring it back to the neutralizer, refill it with the crystal shard, and it will continue its journey down the street, and you're just going to want to keep following it. You're going to have to do this like 4 or 5 times in total. Finally, once you get the neutralizer all the way to the end, you will be able to find a Pack-a-Punch machine, a Wonder Sphere, Wonder Fizz, a crafting table, and an armor depot thing. If you guys lost any perks at this point or anything like that, go ahead and Pack-a-Punch your weapons, buy any perks that you need, refill on ammo, use the crafting table, and get some armor, and you are ready for the final part of the Easter egg, which is going to be, of course, confronting the Forsaken. Now, this boss fight is not as hard as it may sound, especially with it being the final map of Cold War. You would think it'd be a lot harder than it actually is, when in reality this is probably the easiest Easter egg in the whole game, in my opinion. So, in order to actually hurt and damage the Forsaken, you actually have 2 different steps in order to do this. When you first get inside of the room, he's going to have these crystal-like things on his shoulders. The shoulders is going to be the first step of taking down the Forsaken. You're going to have to shoot off the crystals and damage him so that his armor is completely gone. Once his armor is gone, you're going to have to go ahead and charge Samantha, as you guys can see me doing right here inside of the circle. The whole team must stay inside the circle, and you have to kill zombies within the circle in order to charge Samantha. Once you've charged Samantha enough, she will actually head to one of the main laser guns. There is 2, one on each side, and once she heads there, you're going to be able to use the laser gun in order to fire directly at the Forsaken. Once you fire at the Forsaken, you'll be able to actually hurt him and damage him within the 4 different parts that you actually have to destroy. As you guys could tell right here, I had completely forgot about the whole crystal shooting part of it. Tried to shoot him with the gun and realized, oh shit, we didn't even take down his armor. So make sure you guys take down the armor the second you guys get inside of the room, instead of messing up like I did inside of the guide. But with that all being said, all you're going to do is take out the crystals. They are not hard at all. It doesn't even take that long in order to destroy them, especially when you have 4 players with Pack-a-Punch weapons firing directly at it, damaging and destroying it. At about halfway, you will be able to take out the first set of crystals on his left shoulder or right shoulder, depending on which one you started on, And you're gonna want to take out the ones on the other side in order to make it a lot easier so you don't have to do it later on. The faster you get both of these destroyed, the faster you can get Samantha charged, and the faster you can get the guns ready and go ahead and blast them away. So after you're charging it, you're just gonna go ahead, kill zombies, mimics, disciples, manglers, anything that they throw at you, and you're gonna head up to the laser cannon that she's going to go ahead and charge. Once she goes ahead and charges it, you're going to use it to destroy the points in which you've just destroyed the crystals and revealed his actual, like, red fleshy part, if you would. And yeah, here we're just going to go ahead and charge her up as much as possible and get it ready. Boom, we're going to head over to the gun and jump onto the first one and take out the left arm of his so that we can go ahead and destroy him as fast as possible. Once the first arm is done, he won't be able to use his special attack at all, so you're very much better and you don't have to worry about it too much. Next, you're going to go ahead and destroy the second arm as fast as possible. Once you've destroyed both arms, you're going to have to take out the actual main section of him, which is going to be the stomach area. Once you've destroyed, or once you start getting ready to fight the stomach area, he's going to teleport you into this, like, Samantha type area where there's a whole bunch of dead people, such as the scientist, the captain, all of them that have been talking and guiding you through your missions. And it says no one escapes alive. And it's basically like the Forsaken and Samantha going back and forth with each other, and Samantha yelling at him, telling him that it's not going to end that way, and that he's going to be the one that is vanquished in the end. Once you come back, though, you're going to go ahead and take out his stomach. Like I was saying earlier, it's better if you have all players firing at these points. It just makes it a lot easier. If at this point, this is why I said get a death machine. If you guys grab out your death machines and just spray down the points of interest, it'll be a lot faster. Next, you're going to use the next gun, fire right into the stomach, destroy the stomach, and boom, we are almost completely done with the Forsaken. Next, we have to take out the final part of him, which of course is the brain, or the head if you would. And I pulled out my death machine right here, sprayed him down like it was nothing, and just completely demolished the head portion of him. Once you've destroyed the crystal on the top, this is your final point of charging Samantha, jumping on the gun, and destroying his head, which will then signal the final cutscene of Cold War Zombies. And that right there is the full Easter egg guide for the map Forsaken inside of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. This is the final one. A fan favorite returns. Of course, Edward Richtofen is at the end, and he is beautiful in this game. The fact that they finally brought him in after 4 goddamn zombies maps, I'm happy that they did. This whole cutscene will ensue. You will die, quote unquote, and the ending of the Easter egg will happen, and the ending of Call of Duty Cold War Zombies is upon us. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content if this guide helped you. Be sure to check back for more Call of Duty content that we're going to have on the channel. And of course, when Vanguard comes, be sure to check out all of the new Zombies content that's going to come with that, and the continuation of the Cold War story inside of Call of Duty Vanguard. So, with that, without further ado, goodbye, and remember to be timeless and get out there and confront the Forsaken.
She's gone. Back into the dark ether.
The Forsaken